Please video like and subscribe this channel. The station was quieter than usual, an unnatural calm that made every hum of the docking clamps and air purifiers sound magnified. Orbit 97 wasn't a destination, it was a crossroads. Ships came and went, but most carried only transient passengers or cargo, leaving behind a faint scent of ozone and burnt plasma. For most travelers, it was merely a waypoint. For Kayla, it was a final plea. Kayla, the mother, looked down at her daughter, Elira, sitting stiffly on the metal bench by the main airlock. Elira's skin shimmered faintly under the station's fluorescent lights, a pale silver with soft blue undertones, typical of the Kethari, an alien race whose members were known across the sector for elegance, intelligence, and strict cultural hierarchy. Yet despite the outward grace, the signs of neglect were clear. Elira had been abandoned not by circumstance, but by choice. "Please," Kayla said aloud, her voice trembling, "someone, take her. Someone worthy." The plea echoed weakly across the dock. A dozen travelers passed by, their gaze fixed ahead, ignoring her. None of the traders, merchants, or pilots looked at Elira not as a person, not as a daughter, and certainly not as someone of value. Kayla's frustration simmered. She had traveled light years across uncharted routes to ensure her daughter found a mate, someone who could give her the respect and future she deserved. But at every station, at every port, the response was the same. Too old. Not optimal. Rejected. Her hands curled around the straps of her bag, knuckles white. "I will not give up," she whispered to herself. "Even if the galaxy refuses." Meanwhile, Marcus Vale, a human pilot and ex-military officer, navigated his small cargo ship, the Horizon, toward a routine resupply mission. His ship was modest but reliable, a relic of pre-war designs modified with modern propulsion systems. Marcus had long ago learned to avoid unnecessary entanglements. The galaxy was a messy place, corrupt corporations, violent factions, and alien protocols that often ignored morality. Solitude was safety. But when he stepped onto the docking platform to secure his shipment, he noticed something unusual, a figure, alone, unmoving, ignored by the station staff. He paused, adjusting the strap of his cargo bag. "Strange," he muttered. Most people avoided Dock 7 at this hour. The security drones hummed lightly, glancing briefly at the figure but moving on. The alien girl sat perfectly still. She didn't beg. She didn't cry. She just waited. Something in Marcus's instincts stirred. He had been trained to notice anomalies, patterns out of place, signs of danger, or someone in distress. This wasn't just a Kethari, it was someone left to be forgotten. He stepped closer. "Hey, are you okay?" he asked, voice cautious but firm. The girl turned slowly. Her multifaceted eyes reflected the station lights like liquid gems. "I am waiting," she said softly, her voice tinged with weariness. "But I am not wanted." Marcus frowned. "Not wanted." "Rejected," she said, as if the word carried no weight. "For cycles, my family sought matches for me. I am now surplus." Marcus blinked. He had heard the stories of alien customs, of how some civilizations discarded individuals once they were no longer considered optimal. But seeing it, witnessing it, was different. It was human instinct to react, to intervene. "You're not alone," Marcus said slowly. "Not anymore. Come with me." The girl hesitated, startled. "I cannot. My placement is assigned. Laws dictate." "I don't care about your laws," Marcus interrupted. "You're coming with me." For the first time in hours, or perhaps years, the girl allowed herself a flicker of hope. Kayla watched the exchange from a distance, suspicion and cautious relief warring within her. She had seen countless humans pass through Dock 7, all indifferent. Yet this one, a human, had paused. Had noticed. Her heart raced as she realized this could be the answer she had been searching for. Marcus extended a hand to the girl. "I don't know your name, but I know that no one has the right to leave you here." "I am Illyra," she said, hesitantly. "Then Illyra, we're leaving. Now." The journey to the horizon was tense. Illyra had little experience with human craft, and Marcus had little patience for delicate etiquette, but the silence between them was not uncomfortable. It was necessary. As the engines hummed and the stars blurred past the viewport, Marcus finally asked, "Why were you left behind?" Illyra's hands clenched in her lap. "My family deemed me too old for a suitable mate. I was obsolete." Marcus's jaw tightened. "Obsolete? Huh. Never heard that one before." "I did not have a choice," she admitted. "My mother tried, but she is powerless against the decisions of the houses. And the galaxy does not care." Marcus glanced at her. "Well, you've got one person who cares now." Days passed aboard the Horizon as they traveled toward a safer system. Marcus offered Illyra a chance to explore her autonomy, to speak and learn about humans, and to experience kindness on her own terms. For the first time, she was treated as more than a biological asset. Kayla, meanwhile, contacted him through a private channel. Her voice was barely steady. "Marcus, you've taken her?" "I have," he replied. "And I won't hand her over. You don't understand. If the houses find out, it could provoke consequences." Marcus's expression darkened. "Consequences be damned. She's not property." Kayla's relief was audible. "Thank you, human. You do not know what this means." Marcus leaned back in his seat, watching Illyra gaze at the stars. "I think I do," he said quietly. Their journey was not without peril. News of a human harboring a Kethari female spread quickly across interstellar channels. House enforcers intercepted transmissions, threatening legal and extra-legal action. But Marcus refused to yield. Using his knowledge of old smuggling routes and military evasion tactics, he guided the Horizon through unmonitored systems, staying one step ahead. During quiet moments, Illyra spoke of her life before abandonment, the songs she had sung at ancestral ceremonies, the strategies she had learned, and the wisdom she carried. Marcus listened, genuinely interested, learning that there was far more to this girl than her classification as too old. "You're stronger than they ever imagined," he said one night, watching the stars streak past. "I learned to survive," she admitted. "That does not make me powerful to them, but it makes me alive." Marcus nodded. Alive is what matters. Finally, they reached a neutral system where human law intersected with Kethari protocols imperfectly. Here, Marcus made a bold choice. He declared a bonding contract, a legal union recognized under multiple interspecies conventions, ensuring Illyra could no longer be forcibly taken. The act was simple on paper but revolutionary in impact. A human had listened. A human had intervened. And the galaxy took notice. Kayla arrived to witness the ceremony, her relief so great it brought tears to her eyes. She embraced Illyra, whispering, "You are safe." Finally, Illyra turned to Marcus. I did not expect this." "Thank you." Marcus shrugged, awkward and humble. "I didn't do it for thanks. I did it because it was right. And because, well, you deserved it." The ceremony was modest, a small room, a few witnesses, signatures on contracts, a simple glow of ceremonial lights. Yet for all its simplicity, it carried weight greater than any galactic decree. Two beings, from different species, had defied convention, politics, and tradition. They had chosen each other. As the Horizon departed the system, Kayla stayed behind, satisfied that her daughter had found freedom, safety, and respect. Illyra stood beside Marcus at the viewport, her hand in his, staring out at the stars that stretched infinitely before them. I never believed anyone would care, she admitted softly. I do, Marcus said, squeezing her hand. And I will, for as long as we have each other. The stars shimmered with possibility. The galaxy was vast, filled with rules, hierarchies, and cruelty. But for one human and one alien girl, it had also become a place of hope, choice, and love. In that moment, Illyra was no longer discarded. She was not surplus. She was someone's family. She was someone's partner. She was seen, and that, in the cold immensity of space, was everything. And as the horizon drifted toward uncharted systems, she smiled for the first time in what felt like a lifetime, knowing that finally, she had found her place in the galaxy.